I'm 88 and I don't forget anything anymore. My simple 3-minute daily habit. I'm 88. And I remember my grocery list without writing it down. Not because I was born with some iron memory. Far from it. Just a few years ago, I stood in front of the refrigerator unsure why I opened it. I'd walk into the bathroom and forget what I came for. Entire conversations vanished from my memory like smoke in the air. It scared me. More than the aches in my knees or the thinning hair, losing my memory felt like losing myself. People told me it was just part of aging. It's normal, they said. But I couldn't accept that. And one day, thanks to a conversation with my granddaughter, I started something unbelievably simple. 3 minutes a day. No pills. No brain games. No technology. And my life began to change. Slowly. Quietly. But definitely. I'm telling you this because if your memory is slipping, you might think you're doomed. You're not. There's still time to take it back. The slow fate of memory. Memory loss rarely announces itself with fanfare. It sneaks in. You'll forget where you put your glasses. Or whether you locked the door. You'll find yourself halfway through a sentence and forget where you were going. It starts as something small. Then another, and another. I used to laugh at myself. But the laughter wore thin when the gaps got bigger. The worst moment? I forgot my grandson's school performance. He told me all about it on the phone. He was excited, he wanted me there. I promised. And then? I simply forgot. His mother called me, frustrated. And when I spoke to him again, he didn't even get mad. That quiet, disappointed silence said everything. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay awake thinking, this is it. This is how it begins. But what scared me most wasn't just forgetting dates. It was forgetting parts of who I was, my role as a grandfather, as a storyteller, as someone who could be counted on. I didn't want to fade away like that. What most people get wrong. You know the worst advice I got? It's just part of getting older. People say it casually, like it's a fact carved in stone. But that mindset is dangerous. It convinces you there's no point trying. And once you stop trying, decline accelerates. I've seen it happen. My friend Peter, sharp as a tack in his 60s, started isolating in his 70s. At first, he said he was tired. Then he stopped speaking much in gatherings. Said he was afraid he'd forget words mid-sentence. He faded. Not because he had to, but because he believed the story people told him, that it was over. And then there's my neighbor Helen. Once vibrant, now she just watches reruns all day. Doesn't read. Doesn't go out. She tells me, I can't focus anymore. But how could she, when she stopped using her mind? Let me be blunt. The brain isn't a rock. It's not fixed. It's more like a garden. If you water it, it grows. If you neglect it, it shrivels. And most people? They don't water it anymore. The day everything shifted. The shift didn't come from a doctor. It came from my 20-year-old granddaughter. She saw me struggling one morning and said, "Grandpa, you ever try mindful breathing?" I said, "What, like meditation?" "No," she told me, "simpler. It's just sitting quietly for 3 minutes and focusing on your breath. It helps train your attention. It's like exercise for your mind." I was skeptical. But I loved her, so I tried. That first morning, I sat on the edge of my bed. Closed my eyes. Breathed in. Breathed out. Focused only on the sensation of air. And that's it. 3 minutes. No magic. No special music. Just stillness. I didn't feel different immediately. But something began. By the end of the first week, I noticed small things. I remembered why I walked into a room. I stopped repeating myself in conversations. It felt like the fog was lifting. How this works, actually. Let's be clear, this isn't spiritual mumbo-jumbo. This is neuroscience. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity. It means that, even at 80, 90, or beyond, your brain can still grow and change if you give it a reason. Deep, slow breathing oxygenates the brain. More oxygen means more energy for the neurons that handle attention and memory. And when you practice focused breathing, you activate the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making and focus center, and the hippocampus, which processes new memories. Multiple studies from Harvard and Oxford show this. Seniors who practiced mindfulness daily had improved memory, focus, and emotional regulation in as little as 8 weeks. Their brain scans even showed structural changes, growth, not shrinkage. So no, it's not just breathing. It's rewiring. It's like brushing your teeth, but for your mind. You wouldn't skip that, would you? How to start, and stick to it? You don't need a mat, incense, or a special room. Here's all you need to do. Pick a quiet place. A chair. A bed. A porch swing. Sit with your feet flat, hands resting on your lap. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale gently through your mouth. Focus only on your breath. If thoughts wander, and they will, just bring attention back. Do it for 3 minutes. That's about 12 to 15 deep breaths. The best time is right after waking or right before bed. Link it to another habit right after brushing your teeth, for example. If you forget a day, no guilt. Start again tomorrow. What matters isn't perfection. It's consistency. Real stories, real results. After it worked for me, I started sharing it. Helen, the neighbor who couldn't remember why she entered a room. 3 weeks in, she called me laughing. Today, I remembered my daughter's birthday without writing it down. She hadn't done that in years. Armand, a friend from the community center, was a cynic. He said, "At my age, this brain is fried." But after forgetting his grandson's name at a family dinner, he gave it a shot. Now he tells stories to his great-granddaughter, start to finish, without losing the thread. Same people. New spark. And none of them used anything fancy. Just 3 quiet minutes a day. So now I ask you. What's stopping you? 3 minutes. Every day. That's all. You don't have to believe it'll work. Just do it. And pay attention to what shifts. You might remember names more easily. You might stop repeating yourself. Or you might just feel clearer, calmer, and more yourself again. If you try it, leave a comment. Let someone else know. You could be the reason they get their memory back too. Because you're not fading. You're still here. And you can still remember again.